Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to the Swoony Scone Society chat for The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. This is our Abby 2.0 comeback tour because we had our Abby Jimenez read along. Was it last year or the year before? Last year? I can't remember. So, of course.
A bit of both. Yeah, I think it was like the ending.
Oh, kind of carried over, didn't it? Okay. And yeah, we just thought it was a good idea to come back together and chat about her newest release, The Night We Met, which is technically the follow, like it is a continuation of, I forgot this, and what is it called?
Say You'll Remember Me.
Thank you so much. But I feel like it could be read as a standalone.
Absolutely.
Because it wasn't, like we just had a few character crossovers, which I should add a question in now that I'm thinking about it. But I'm excited to talk about this one. I think it's and a lot of things, a lot of elements to the story. So I'm very excited to chat about it with you guys. If you want to give us a little intro, your initial thoughts and ratings. I don't even have that typed out, so let me do that. But KAYLANI, why don't you start us off?
Hi everyone, I'm KAYLANI from KAYLANI Simply Me on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, I guess. The Night We Met, I gave it a 4.5. That's what I put it on Goodreads and everything. 4.5 is what I am currently at. I think that as time has passed, because I had this as my book club for another book club that I do last month. So I talked about it already. I read it quite a bit of time ago. And I think that now that some of the dust has settled for me in regards to emotions, because I read this one very quickly, I think I'm closer to a 4, maybe a 4.25 than I would be a 4.5. But I still really enjoyed the book.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Tara from Tara Talks Books on Instagram and YouTube. And I'm trying to think. So I just finished this one maybe an hour, 30 minutes ago, something like that now. I think a 4.5. It could go lower, it could go higher, depending on our discussion. I feel like once I process it, I'll know for sure.
Okay, yeah. Love it. Okay. Hi guys. I'm Karina from She Dreams in Words on YouTube and Instagram. I finished this one yesterday and I don't know, I just really loved it. I loved it. I am gonna give it a 5-star. But it could change, we'll see at the end of the discussion. Yeah. But upon initially finishing it, 5 stars.
Yeah.
You had me worried there. You had me worried when you were like, I can't wait to share my rating. I was like, oh no.
I know, because it's such an interesting story that I didn't really know how I felt kind of upon first finishing. But I don't know, she just got me. I think I'm just excited to talk about it.
Me too.
And I think it's really interesting because seeing as this is a very popular trad book from an author that usually doesn't write overly taboo relationships, I think that this was a very interesting thing for her to tackle, and I can see why people don't like it. I understand why people don't enjoy this book, but I think that she just writes complex relationships very well.
She does. I feel like that's very true. I liked her author's note too that said she's been thinking about it since she wrote the Happy Ever After playlist and meeting the person, you know what I mean, at the right person, wrong time. And I was like, that's very interesting. And so she'd been thinking about it for a really long time. And I think she did a good job with it.
Yeah.
I do too. She's been brewing this one up. I think it was smart of her because I think she mentioned in her author's note that she wanted to kind of perfect her craft a little bit more and maybe her storytelling. She just wanted to dial in on it before releasing it because it has so many hard-hitting things. I mean, I don't know if that is the reason, but I think it helped, when trying to tackle so many things.
But I also think it takes a really humble writer to realize that you can't always write the story that you have in your head when you have the skills need to be there for it to be done with grace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of that, for sure. Hi, Liz.
Hi,
Liz.
Started and finished today. Wow.
Wow.
It was a quick
So-
read.
It
It
was.
was. Thank goodness. So happy you could join us. Okay, rating to be considered. I don't know if I read that correctly.
Maybe. Or continue.
Very well.
I feel
I
like
think both
considered
are-
is better.
Both are pretty suited, I think. I enjoyed Abby's writing as always. And it was just an easy listen, even with some of the tougher issues, truly. Yeah.
She just does such a good job with that balance, I feel like.
Yeah. And I feel like she really could have done so much more, but it wasn't needed. Like, you know how there's authors that write 500 plus page books, and it's like it could have been done in a slimmer amount of pages.
Yeah.
And I think she found a really good balance.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't understand some of the low ratings for this, assuming it was because of the trope, which I don't mind. But not in real life, yes.
Yeah.
I think that is key. Not in real life, but in a book. If it's done well.
Yeah.
Because we've had a very prominent instance, you know, the one that always comes up in our little Swoony discussions.
Mm-hmm. Every
It
time.
has to do with whiskey. Let's just say that.
Mm. Is it a love letter to whiskey? Yeah. That's okay. I'm on the same page with y'all. So
Good.
Okay.
I read
Glad.
that, I think, too old. I was like, no, this ain't it.
Yeah, I feel like that one is a pretty good comparison, especially with what is handled in this book. Like, there's a lot of similar elements, and
Very
wow,
true.
we liked one more than the other.
That is for sure.
Yeah, I think in other hands, this trope would have pissed me off, but leave it to Abby to do it right. Yes, exactly.
Yep.
To be confirmed. Oh, we were both wrong, but it's okay. We're like in the same vein. And the person who loved that one didn't like this one. Interesting. I have not seen any ratings or reviews for this. I think I was trying to, because I knew we were going to read it together.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like focus on those, but
Mhm.
I definitely saw
Interesting.
some like discourse on TikTok and stuff since I'm like so
really,
like in the book space right now. I was just
Mhm.
trying to scroll past it as quick as I can because I didn't want it to color my
right.
interpretation of the story.
hmm
I have heard some not so favorable things about this one for sure.
Oh, I'm interested to take a look after our discussion. Okay, well, let's just talk about, what we like to talk about first, which is the characters. What did you guys think about them?
Definitely thought Larissa was a strong character.
Mm.
She's dealing with a whole lot, and it's just, feel like kind of like the world is like keeping on giving her all of these things to tackle, and she kind of does it with grace and still with like, hopefulness. So I really liked Larissa as a character. I obviously loved Chris as a character. I just loved how caring he was. And he seemed like he was trying to be a good friend. And then he also seemed like he was trying to look out for Larissa as well. So
Yeah.
I think they were two wonderful characters.
Yeah. I feel like they were both very flawed characters in a lot of ways, but like in ways that makes most people human. I think that's interesting that, Liz said like she didn't mind the trope in the book, but like in real life is a no. But I feel like that's one of the things I love about Abby's books is they always feel so real and realistic. And I do think that sometimes the people that you least expect it stumble into your life at the right time, and you can't help who you fall in love with, like as much as you wish that you can control it. And it's like, I'm not saying that I personally would do that to one of my friends, but like his name was Mike, right? It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a really crappy human being in this journey in his life. And like,
Yeah.
He was. Yeah.
have to like, did she really deserve all of that? Not saying it was the right decision, but like, I feel like in a real life circumstances, if I like saw this all play out, like, could you really be mad that they both chose happiness over, you know, not
Yeah.
going down the path of, I don't know, man.
Like if you just continue down that path, what would happen? Like
Yeah.
like they were talking about like the easy way or the door you come in.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, that was very interesting. And they both chose, you know, not the door they came in. And
Yeah. I really liked Larissa as a character. I feel like she was kind of different than Abby's usual. I don't know if that makes sense, but she just felt so not like other girls, but like not in that typical stereotypical way, you know, because she was very independent and she was very smart in the things that she did, like not wanting to follow in her mom's footsteps and seeing the pattern of, you know, like male centric thinking. And she's like, I didn't want that for my life. I want to be, you know, not reliant on a male. I think that was like her biggest thing, right? Her biggest motivation in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I just really loved her. And Chris, I love an acts of service person. And Chris breaks up very well.
He does.
He was just like cinnamon roll golden retriever.
Yeah, he's the epitome of if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the fact that wasn't even his girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was just like, I think Tara, you mentioned it, like he just was good friend to both of them.
Yeah.
But I like that you also mentioned that she's not like her other protagonist that she usually writes, because I feel like a lot of the times when she writes a female main character, they're very like strong, they have an established job, like they know in life, they know what they're doing. And like she didn't have it all together, but like she still got stuff done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting too, just that like she is this strong character and she didn't want to be like her mom, and she still fell into a trap with Mike. And it's like that idea of like, are you subconsciously doing that because this is all you've known and seen? And it's like you're trying to fight against it. But like that was an interesting take in my mind when I was reading this. I was like, she still fell, but then she chose, you know, obviously another way out. But very interesting.
Great point. That was a good point.
Wow. Very good.
Okay, Liz said, I think my only issue was that I wanted more time with Larissa and Chris as a proper couple to see how it all plays out, especially with Chris picking Larissa over his friends. Yeah.
Very true.
Bold statement, but
very true.
What a good point. For all Larissa was going through, she was still joyful. She really was.
I love her like positive outlook, even though things just kept piling on her.
And like that just reminds me of how Chris was so supportive of her. And like I'm sure we'll get into it, but like even when it came to those, what was it, the secret shopper things?
Oh yeah.
Cormac was like, you don't need to do that for like he was like, oh, for $15, really?
Which he had no room to talk, Mr. I can't pay my bill.
No, honestly.
Right? And Chris had to come bail him out.
That is crazy. But just like he appreciated that time spent with her in that, you know, it's just, he was just, I just loved him.
I just wanted to be with her.
Yeah.
Just hang out.
Agree. Chris was the perfect man in such a soft way, though he was going through his own stuff. Yeah.
I love him.
True. Very true. The toilet son was very careless and self-absorbed in his own issues to even properly care about anyone for real. Yeah. So used to everyone covering for him.
Yeah.
And then we have to deal with the consequences. He tries to make the person bad and feel like they made him drink and do bad things. He's not accountable for his own actions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until the end. I guess he needs to be redeemed for his book. You know?
I'm wondering if it's the next one or is it the one? Okay. Because he mentioned like a coworker is teasing him. And I was like, oh, is that going to be the next couple? Is Mike and this coworker? So
interesting. I would love to see a little redemption for him.
Yeah.
He, you know, for all like how flawed he was, it's like no one's perfect. And just kind of seeing him, you know, I think people say, like, I haven't dealt with anyone close to me with addiction, so I can't really speak on that, but I know a lot of times, or there's a saying, like, people won't change until they hit rock bottom or something like that.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to kind of see his upward trajectory on his life. Ugh.
And he wasn't a bad guy. I think he was just in a bad. Yeah. He was a bad partner in the situation of life that he was in, but he wasn't a bad guy. He was still a good friend. He still, you know, tried to show up and do the right things. He was just in a rough spot.
Yeah. He wasn't dealing with like his own past, like his trauma that happened and his expectations from high school, and he was dealing with it in a manner that wasn't, you know, appropriate.
Yeah.
And then people got hurt because of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Sorry, my allergies are getting me down. The toilet family were indeed awful. I just flushed it all away.
Except for the Toilet King.
Dude, I thought that was so hilarious, and as to how, like, the Toilet King, I was not expecting that little crossover.
I loved it.
It was so fun. Oh, Abby announced he's the next book.
Okay, yay! I'm excited for that.
A title for it, but no cover yet. But yeah, she did when she went on tour for this one that he was going to be the next one.
Okay.
Oh, that makes me happy. I'm glad. I'm glad because, you know, no one's perfect. Like, we all have our own, you know, flaws and issues. So,
and those two
I'm excited.
Meant to be.
I'm excited.
Yeah, okay. So book 3 is called Feels Like Falling.
Oh,
stop! I could cry.
Okay. Her titles, man.
Mm-hmm. I know. Okay. So before we get into like the hard hitting questions, do you have any scenes or quotes that you want to share?
I love the deer scene. That one makes me crack up.
One, the OG one, or
well, that one was great, but the one where they like kind of team up.
Oh my gosh!
And she's like, "You are really afraid of him."
When she thought like he was joking,
and he's like, "No, I'm not." That was pretty funny.
It was hilarious. Okay, let me pull up.
I do have some quotes that I wrote down. They're kind of like they're about the hard hitting stuff, but those are the ones that I feel like impacted me the most.
Yeah.
I don't have any page numbers, so can I just like rattle them off really quick?
Yeah,
definitely.
Go for it.
So I think most of these were like all inner monologue, if I'm not mistaken. But it was Larissa saying that like she didn't want to be a foster home for broken men. That one hit me hard, and I think the one that actually like made me like sit up kind of straighter in my chair. It's Chris thinking about Mike, and he says, "It wasn't my job to hold him up while he figured out if he wanted to stand or not." I was just like,
that was so good.
That's a good one.
And then we had an essential F it moment, and he said, "Then let it all burn."
Oh,
and it burned.
Okay, I only have 2 more, and then I will pass over the mic. But he says he was talking about like how he was feeling being with Larissa, but not being with his friends. And he says, "I felt whole with a hole in my heart."
Very true. I like that one.
And then the last one is, "I want to give you everything that never ends."
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Okay, he's dreamy.
We did not talk about Wolverine, but what?
He's so cute.
And the way he's like just a little scrappy little thing, and he's just so vicious. Killing snakes. I mean, what else did he do? He did a lot.
Everything. Literally everything.
The snake one, you know, that one.
Animals or a frog in his bed. Like,
oh my gosh, yes.
Oh. And then he had the trash. Remember, he ate the trash, threw up the trash, and ate the threw up. And you're like, oh my gosh, this dog.
He is a handful. My gosh.
I love how they had shared custody of him.
Yeah, that was so cute.
That was really sweet. Tara, do you have any scenes or quotes maybe that stood out?
I did not. I'm really bad at when I'm listening to audio putting quotes. I need to do better.
No.
I can't think of any. I was trying to think of any I'll think more because I remember the funny one with the deer, but I'm trying to think of a more serious one.
I
that
loved
I
the shoveling of the snow.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, are you joking?
I like how at the end that Mike knew it was
Yeah.
Chris. And I like how the mom knew it was Chris. They were like, duh.
Yeah, who else would it be?
Yeah.
They were trying to justify it being the homeless man like down the street.
Right?
Ma'am, it ain't him.
No, that poor guy.
Okay. I do have some quotes. Oh my gosh, on page 13 when they were he took her to like, first of all, doing the work and finding places that she can eat with like no issues. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time. But they were talking about, was it Pumpernickel? He was like, as can be subjective. That made me freaking crack up.
And
was it the waitress?
Favorite?
It was, yeah, I think they get out of 10.
Yeah.
I did mark this one as well, where it's page 337. Let me see if I can scroll. This is what love looks like. It's lifting someone up, even if you know it means they can get out. And that just, I feel like, sums up Chris and how he was like such a like pillar for her. He was her safe space, essentially. Like she finally did admit that.
It's like she could breathe around him. She could like finally.
Yeah, her fight or flight, right?
Yeah. I always think about like putting on the mask in an airplane. That was her first thing.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
Wow, Tara. Okay.
Yeah, there's so many things. You have to refer to my note. Like, look at this.
Oh,
we're ready. You're prepared.
I try to be. The dog rescue scene. I love, her. I like that there's usually like something or a little adoption happening.
Yeah.
A pet adoption. What was it? Mike. What's the dog's name?
Wolverine.
No, the other one.
Oh, the other one.
Yeah. I like the mention of that one, and I can't remember what the heck. I thought it was Mike. Is it not?
Mike is the guy. Is it because it was little Mike? You're right.
Yeah.
And say you'll remember me.
Yeah.
Stuntman, right?
Stuntman, yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Stuntman Mike, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. Wow, there's just so much to talk about. I'm like blanking.
I'm trying to think. I lost. There was like a Easter egg, and now I've lost it.
There are quite a few.
Yeah. And
sorry.
No, go ahead. I've lost my train of thought, so it just went whoop.
I was just thinking about when they went on that freaking hike and they were talking about the great blood water.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. That whole hiking scene. First of all, I knew as soon as he said an hour and a half, I was like, I bet you he ran that thing.
Yeah.
But 11 miles, even that's insane.
Crazy work.
Insane. But I did like how that opened the conversation for like, let's just keep going. I'd rather see what else is out there than see what we've already seen. If she knew it was 11 miles, I wonder if she would have changed her mind. But their shared love of books. I also love that.
Yeah.
I think I did highlight something, but I think Larissa talked about how you lose trust in someone when they recommend a bad book. And I was like, that's so valid.
So valid.
Fair.
Like, I can't help but agree with that. Yeah, it's just so crazy. Like, okay, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but just all the time that Chris hung out with her. Like, if I was Mike, I don't know if I would be okay with that.
Yeah. I think Mike was just so out of touch with reality.
Yeah.
He was trying to save face because he was so into like his addiction.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I also like, I think he said it himself. Like, he was pushing her into his arms. Like, he
Yeah.
knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And he was just like letting it happen because he
Mhm.
knew he wasn't the right person for her, but she was so good that he didn't want to let her go.
Yeah.
Oh, I did write Wolverine is a menace in my notes.
He is a menace.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I do have a little question about it, but Jane and Benny getting married. Which Benny is Brianna
Benny,
from yours truly,
Brianna's
brother that
yeah.
was in the hospital.
Oh my god, I
And
totally
Jane
missed that.
was, what's his name? Jacob's, someone related to Jacob.
Sister, cousin,
Niece?
niece,
I think it's
something.
niece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You made me remember. Sorry, the
Yes.
jewelry box. Got
Oh
from-
yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so cute. I love it.
And that was that. Did he get that for her birthday?
He
For her
did.
birthday.
Yeah.
Mike did.
Yeah. Well,
That
that was actually the scene that I found. I was scrolling through my notes trying to figure out what scene that I wanted to
Okay.
talk about. But sorry, this is like long. Can I read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take it
He
away.
says, I made Mike pay to fix your car. I told him to get you the jewelry box. I bought you your Christmas gift because he got you those effing cookies that almost killed you. I carried an EpiPen because the worst possible thing that could ever happen to me is something bad happening to you. I have died every day for almost a year watching him mess up with you over and over again, and all I could do with these stupid little things to make your life better or easier or safer. The EpiPen is nothing. The snow is nothing. It's not even, he trailed off, I would do anything for you. If I had a nut allergy, I would taste your food to make sure it was safe, and if it wasn't, I died, I die happy because I died protecting you. Do you understand?
God, that scene had me crying.
I was like, what are we doing?
Oh
You guys
my
need to be together.
Yeah. He was just so. He just put her first in everything, and
I think he knew from the beginning because
Yeah.
he really did want to take her
Mhm.
home, but just he wasn't in the mental space to like kind of like fight Mike over it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then he's like, even if I would have taken you home, I may have not asked you out, but I would have come down to the restaurant and I would have built the
Yeah.
courage to actually do it. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Okay, since I know Liz is commenting. Sorry, Liz. I just got a little caught up. She has the best pet names.
He
Yeah,
does.
I agree. Chris constantly making sure her allergies were being considered.
Yes.
When she found her unused EpiPen,
Right?
and that was like, I think, what
It's
finally
Yeah.
made her understand, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and they can be so expensive. Like
Yeah.
the fact, you know,
So
that she didn't have to use
$700.
the one for her, you know,
Yeah.
it was like one less thing off of her money issues that she was having because of her dad.
Yeah.
And because just life.
Yeah. Love a savory food business. So no longer only Nadia's cupcakes, adding more into the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved her little side business. That came her kind of main business, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. We have a
We do.
question, Liz. We do have a question. He wanted to take a girl home with no shoes and dirty ass feet. It's like her. Yeah.
True.
Okay, so that I'm just gonna kind of jump ahead to the Easter egg one because there's so many.
So many.
Speaking of, like, even their first meeting at the Jackson Waters concert.
Right? So cute. And then the Lola Simone, they listened to one
Oh
of
my
her
god.
Is this like a
Yes.
rebrand of her or like her
comeback.
comeback?
Story, right?
Yeah, I thought that was cute.
I love that.
That he moved to Roy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Went to the
That's where they
hospital.
went to the hospital for her mom too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. And the what was it? The parent and the grandpa that just wants a cigarette, just banging into everybody. That cracked me up.
Which book is that from, though?
That was from Brianna and Jacobs. Yours truly.
The grandpa.
I think.
Because I remember reading it and thinking, that wasn't Say You Remember Me. So which book was that? But I was so confused.
Yeah, because I think
I would think it was
Jacob's
yours truly,
family-
right?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so. Because that's like the Maddox family. Like that's when he was around.
Yeah.
Of what? Okay. I think I had a few others. But I love that we're getting like mentions
Yeah.
from other
From
Abby
different
books.
series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the jewelry
Was-
box was definitely one that like I caught right away that I thought was like really cute.
Yeah.
The fact that he was like included in that.
I can't think of any right now other than that one. And then obviously Royum.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I highlighted anything. I think the grandpa
The grandpa.
moment was just too funny. Oh my gosh, and the way I'm looking at my note, but the way that Larissa loved Chris's sweater, thinking it was Mike's, and she didn't even know that.
Right.
He
Yeah.
his hoodie. He's like, "Where did you get that?" And she's like, "Oh, it's Mike's." He's like, "That's mine." I thought that was
The
so
restaurant that they work at and they go into is in Say You'll Remember Me, when he goes in and his parents were there. And she's like, hey, it's Larissa at the register that Xavier's talking to.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not catch that.
Yeah. I went back and looked because I was like, what? How do I know these people?
Oh my gosh, the mom asking Chris for his like login information.
She's a mess up.
I would be so embarrassed too.
Yeah.
But the way he was just so like chill about it, and like he knew she had probably was feeling embarrassment, and he was like, no, like I remember he in his like POV, he was like, yeah, I thought that was weird, but obviously it's for Larissa, so
I'm doing it.
of course, no question.
Yeah. I like how the mom also takes her into a room to show the curtains she made.
Oh my god.
He couldn't go in there, he'd have no reason to.
Her blanket for that she crocheted for his mom.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I love that.
I was trying to look on Reddit to see if anyone like had a list, but nobody has like a full like blown out list yet. So
okay.
I'm sure somebody will get it.
Somebody has to.
Liz did mention.
Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry.
You're good.
Abby said she didn't include natty cakes because of Larissa's allergies, and it wouldn't make sense for her since they sell cupcakes with nuts. I love that she pointed that out because that makes sense.
But it's also
she
like,
put it in her author's note, I think.
Yeah. But it just shows how smart of a writer she is, because she could have thrown it in. It's extra promotion for her. But like the fact that it like she's so dialed into these characters that she made it not be a point. I just think she's so smart. Like, who does this?
Yeah.
I agree.
I really just love her brain. Like, you can tell in her writing, like, just she has all of these connections and she's keeping it, I'm just blown away by her as a writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
I will continue to read her. I'm so glad we did the Abby Jimenez read along, guys.
I know. Okay, so if anyone like thinks of anything else in the future, definitely feel free to bring it up. But let's get into some of the more juicier questions. First up, why do you think Chris continued to cover for Mike? Was it loyalty or was he enabling bad behavior? I know Chris kind of touched on it in the book, but what do you guys think? How do you feel about that?
Yeah. I mean, I think he was trying to be a good friend and like it was trying loyalty, but I really think it had to do with protecting Larissa. You know what I mean? He wanted to make sure that Larissa was okay, and that meant portraying Mike in a certain way. Which ended up he was enabling bad behavior because he was trying to protect Larissa. And if Larissa had seen all of that prior, she wouldn't have been so deep into that relationship. She would have realized sooner that maybe he's not the right person for him or for her. And like the alcoholism is something she was like, I never want that because of my dad. She would have been able to see it sooner and get out before she had moved in with him.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of both, like Tara was saying. I think when it comes down to like being around somebody that has an addiction like that, it's almost like there's like almost like a level of embarrassment. It's like you don't want to see the problems for what they are. But then when they get so bad, it's like, okay, now what? Because you have like, you've swept 1, 2, 3, 4 things under the rug, and now it's like, oh, this is a problem. Now it's almost like it's too late, So I think there was some loyalty there in the hopes that, he saw him get himself better back in high school, and maybe he could do that same thing here if he just gave him one more extra chance and still trying to be a good friend.
Yeah.
But I feel like even unintentionally enabling is still enabling.
Mm-hmm. I think at the same time, like I do agree with both of you, like it was part loyalty, part enabling, but also Larissa, like he was protecting Larissa, I think was his main concern. Oh no, where was thought just withered away. Mike was also lying to him, right? Because he thought he was taking these medication that he was coming in for, but he wasn't. So it was just a lot of complicated things going on for everybody.
And it was interesting. I just think that like kind of the whole friend group was kind of covering for him because they really did want him. I mean, they wanted him to like get better. But again, I feel like when you're in active addiction like he was, then sometimes falling, letting everything fall to pieces is the best way for a person to come out of it.
Yeah, because I think it was said like you can't, someone needs to want to change for themselves and not for anybody else. And that unfortunately, that is kind of what happened in order for Mike to, change. And like she told him, and I'm happy she did. She's like, good, change for someone else.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, that reminds me that Mike told Chris that he's changing for him.
Yeah.
That part had me
that
crying.
male friendship scene. Oh my God.
Crying.
I loved that so much. I was in tears. I was bawling on the couch.
I was crying as well.
I was literally at my desk at work, listening to it, sobbing. I literally put my head down so that no one could see me, but I was literally crying. But I also think that it's really interesting when you say like the whole friend group covered for him. But I also think they knew that he had a problem, but they also knew that losing Larissa would be the straw that broke the camel's back for him. Like letting her, knowing how much like he was really hanging on to her, like they knew like if she sees all of this, if she sees like the full extent of how bad and how far he's fallen, like he'll break. And they didn't want that for him, which is so sad because I mean they lied to her by omission, some of them, but they did lie to her. But like it was not only to protect her, but also because I mean it's your best friend. You don't want to see them break apart,
right?
Or know
it's like
how far the break is willing to take.
I got because of his mental health and then the binge drinking and alcoholism he was facing and her as this catalyst, I almost thought that potentially she was going to go the suicide route or with him, which was scary to me because I didn't want her to go down that road because that would obviously be a whole different thing. But that's just kind of where I was going. Like nobody wanted him to fall because they were afraid of what would happen if he fell. And like I thought Abby Jimenez might go down that route. I'm glad she didn't, but it felt like that at times. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is not going to end well.
I feel like us kind of talking about the friend group, it's almost like an impossible choice, like knowing the circumstances and like the mental state he was in. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like such a heavy thing to put on Larissa.
Yes.
Like she's the only thing keeping him going, even though like you can see it's not a healthy way of going. So it's just like, what was the right choice? Because Chris, tried to be a good friend. Like he was like, you need to do this, this, and this, and what more could he do?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
having to get his prescription filled with him, so he knew he was going to take it, or he knew he was getting it. He's like, you've got to see a counselor. You can't, and he was hiding, covering for Chris with Larissa, or for Mike with Larissa. And so he was trying to be loyal and helpful at the same time, but it just didn't help anybody in that situation.
But also to the point of Larissa, like I feel like as much as she didn't want to be her mom and be in a situation where she was with, men that weren't good for her and, the money situation, like she was almost to a fault oblivious. Like she was seeing things and like being like, but it's okay. But it's okay. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I get it. Like, I think there's a level of like, especially when it comes to drinking, because not everybody drinks the same way. Some people are just social drinkers, and she didn't see the other side of him when he wasn't outside of a social setting. But like, I also think there were signs, there were flags, and they were waving, and she was choosing to let them, pass her by.
Yeah. The fact that he didn't show up that very first day, that would have been a red flag for me. But she was like, well, I had a migraine, and we don't really know each other that well. You know what I mean? But like, that's a pretty major one to me.
Yeah. Right. Knowing that it's a major surgery for her mom, and like you would want your like partner to be there to like support you. And thankfully Chris, who told her that he was already awake, was there for her.
Yeah. And the fact that he went down to that restaurant to pay for Mike, like that's wild, because Mike wasn't being honest with her about his financial situation. And then that mom was coming to get a meal because she was like, Mike.
She was like, we're getting.
She just kept on ordering, girl.
Yeah. Which I think, like, she also, it's from the impression I got is like the mom also didn't really choose people who were well off financially. So she was like, oh yeah, cashing in, on her daughter's boyfriend, which like, I don't blame her, but hey, that's on Mike, to be like, yeah, how about let's go to somewhere else.
Yeah.
So he was definitely trying to hold this facade up that he just was unfortunately not actually.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a very good portrayal of a person with an addiction, because they don't want the people that they love to see them. And so like, I feel like it was very real of like how Abby Jimenez, like, they didn't want them to see them at their worst, and they thought they were fooling you, but they're not. Right. They're not. If it's a person that you're close to and you love and they're doing this, then as the non, addictive person, that there's something going on. They're not their normal self.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I agree. Her mom was so stunted.
She was a mess too.
Yeah. She was going through life as if she had no responsibilities. Aside from the drinking, her mom and Mike are probably not that different. They don't care about others as much as they care about themselves.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that at the end, the mom, she was like trying to move in with them, and she was like, no, we need to go our separate paths.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe that's what her mom needed.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. Where's my next question? Okay. Did you feel that Chris and Larissa's relationship was emotional cheating, or was it justified by the circumstances? Another juicy question.
It's very interesting.
I think this is the crux of why I did not give this book 5 stars, because as much as I loved their relationship, as much as I loved how much Chris gave and did and sacrificed for her, this book was emotional cheating for me, at least. And I can see how some people would read that differently. And even though I did say Larissa for a lot of the book was very oblivious, not only with Mike, but also with Chris, she was just like kind of like, oh, he's just a nice friend. She
Yeah.
had feelings for him that should not be associated with a friend while you're in a relationship with somebody else. Whether or not she chose to accept the fact that she had those feelings, they were still there, and she still kept putting herself in a position to be close to him. And it's hard for me to say like Chris emotionally cheated because he wasn't in a relationship, but
Right.
it takes two to cheat, not just one, and he definitely played into that quite a bit.
Yeah.
And so and not that I don't tend to read a lot of books about cheating, and that there is a reason for that. It's not something that I tend to like. I still loved their love story, but it just wasn't. It's just a hard line to walk.
Yeah. I think you're right, because like Chris knows she's in a relationship with his best friend, and he still was so like committed to her, essentially, like without any benefits of a romantic relationship. He was very much there to step in any chance he got, which is interesting because like I can see where he's coming from, and like he just was so protective of her and wanted, didn't want her to die, first of all, with her very severe allergy. Oh my gosh, that's even just kissing Mike, or him forcing himself on her briefly with that gross kiss, had her almost in an anaphylactic shock. So I think you're right, Kaylani.
Yeah. I definitely think it was emotional cheating too, because they both, Larissa more towards the end, but he's like, I would not feel this way about, was the other girl, I can't think of her name right now.
Heather,
yeah. I would not feel that way about her. So like he knows that his feelings are there. Like he knows that this is more than just friendship. And then I think Larissa, the fact that she got jealous of the girl too at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm talking about like who is Xavier's girlfriend? Samantha. So he was talking about Samantha. I would not feel this about Xavier's girlfriend that I feel about my girlfriend. I would not be doing these same things. I wouldn't feel, it wouldn't be a big deal if I touched her, because it would just be that's Xavier's girlfriend. Whereas with Mike and Larissa, he was like, he never touched her because he knew he had those feelings for her. And then Larissa to be jealous and more angry with Chris than she was with Mike, it just kind of shows that like, okay, like you are not with the right person, and you should end it.
Right. And the fact that they were together for 10 months, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
It was longer than I thought.
A long time to like, and you could tell throughout the story, maybe she couldn't accept it, but like you could tell throughout the story that she was pulling back her feelings for Mike, but going full throttle in her friendship with Chris. And like, I just like, how else do you describe that other than like,
and her friend told her.
Sure did.
Like, if your first, and her mom was like, if your first answer isn't I love him, or like, is it Mike, then you don't feel that way for Mike, and you're still waiting for these feelings to come, and they're not coming. They're never gonna come.
Yeah. Like she said, as much as we love them, it's cheating.
Yeah.
I care more about the friendship and how that affected a best friendship.
Yeah.
They're both bad, but the friendship one is the hardest to justify away. Right. Because it's like, both parties, and you're like, and like Chris knew like what his feeling, like he had feelings. So like spending so much time with her obviously wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
But he, obviously cared about her, so he spent any time he could with her.
Well, also the other friend, I forget what his name was, but he like clocked him
Jesse.
on it. Jesse. He's like,
Jesse.
How long have you known? Because it wasn't even like, how long did you feel this way? It's like, how long have you known that like this is the girl that you want to be with, but instead you're choosing to still be around her, like that.
Yeah. And then she kind of got like weirded out because he pulled away, like towards the trip to the cabin, and he started like pulling away. And she was like, "What's going on?" But like, it wouldn't have mattered if they were just really friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He allowed Mike to let him get that close to Larissa by not calling Mike out sooner and making him be responsible for his own relationship.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they wouldn't have covered as much, Larissa would have found out sooner.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like,
yeah. There was no hiding some of that behavior.
Yeah.
But it's like, how bad does it have to get that you finally find out that your boyfriend is like addicted to alcohol when you walk
Yeah.
into lying in a puddle
Oh,
of his
gosh.
excrement? You know, like awful.
Yeah.
And she
then-
almost felt blindsided by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. I think maybe partially the way she wasn't like noticing these like subtle hints or signs is because how busy she was. You know, she was always like working or side hustling. Like, I feel like she didn't have a lot of free time, but her free time, like 90% of the time, was with Chris.
Yeah.
So I think like the lack of time spent together in a lot of scenarios, like maybe didn't allow her to actually see what was going on. Like she
Yeah.
was trusting what he was telling her and what she thought was going on. Because she didn't know a lot of like he wasn't working with stepdad. He had like 2 clients a week or something like that.
Yeah.
And she didn't know about his finances. Like
She didn't.
she admitted that, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested to see or that they didn't go down the route of her being a little bit upset with Chris at this.
Nothing. Like there was no.
He should be a little bit. He lied by omission.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, from their first instance of him picking up her and her mom to go to the hospital, like
the height.
There's a lot. Yes.
Yeah. And I feel like that's not even lying by omission. Like he lied.
Yeah.
Because on that phone call he said I'm hungover and I can't go do it.
He's got a migraine.
Yeah, I told her I had a migraine, or I'm gonna text her or whatever that I have a migraine. Hi, baby.
Even like the way he was talking, like you can tell if someone's kind of inebriated by their speech, and you know, because you talk to them every day, so like obviously you're gonna know when something's like different.
Yeah. And I just think Chris was hoping that he would figure it out, but it just got too far.
Yeah. Can we also just talk about this is something that I talked about in the other book club that had me cracking up. But could you imagine going to this cabin, driving multiple hours to get there, getting there on Christmas, only to open up a box of macaroons?
I would be
so thanks. Like you've been together almost a year.
Yeah. Yeah, and then only to read the back of it and realize I can't even eat these.
Yeah. That's insane. How I feel like that was such a huge disrespect on Mike's part. Like even the first time they went to the cabin, right? Like Chris is the one that changed the sponge, threw out all this stuff, and didn't she notice it too? Like she
grabbed the bag from him to take it out.
Yeah.
And so she opened it and it was all the peanut or nut stuff.
And she was just like, oh, cute. Like you didn't think that had some romantic feelings.
That was a red flag for me that my boyfriend, who knows I have a peanut allergy, but my friend, his friend is doing it. Like what? Like why are we getting this girl?
The alarm bells, please.
Yeah.
Something
I need them to ring.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just I feel like a nuanced. There's a lot of nuance to the story, and okay. The thought for cookies as a Christmas gift, whack, even without the peanuts. Yeah. As a Christmas gift, that's crazy.
Right.
But I mean, he was kind of broke at the same time, but he could have thrifted something better. Hell.
Well, and then also to be like, oh, I need to get her a Christmas gift, and then just let Chris go get it.
That
let him.
Insane. Yeah, there's so much that Mike dropped the ball on.
Yeah.
so drastically.
On like everything.
Mhm.
And oh my gosh, what about the freaking post breakup and they were on the snowmobiles and then Mike was just partying it up with these strangers
Mhm.
like that. I mean, obviously he had a lot going on at the moment, but that was I feel like that was tough to read,
Yeah.
kind of live through. I mean,
You know,
the
like
whole
his,
book, but
yeah.
that was
It was
like
like his deterioration was
yeah,
culminating right there at that moment.
catalyst really just
Yeah.
pushed him over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was like his friends like all being together and their first time actually seeing that behavior from him.
Yeah. Other than the wedding where he like literally peed himself and then jumped
Oh
in the
my
pool
gosh.
and they covered it up.
Oh, that was
I
another.
was like, what in the world is happening?
Yeah.
I like yeah, because Jesse had the forethought to be like, don't tell Larissa, but we're gonna take him home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone kind of I know we talked about it, but like everyone kind of had their part in like hiding Mike's behavior
Yes.
and his addiction, his moments, you know.
But I also think there was a question in there, like at the very tail end when, things have come to a close and Jesse comes over and he's like, he asks him, like, oh, well, you think I'm the bad guy? Like in the situation. I think that Chris asks Jesse that, like, because he's like, and then he goes, well, are you? And it's just like,
Mhm.
I feel like they all played a part. I don't know. It just feels like.
I think he meant in regards to Larissa. I don't think he meant in regards to like his addiction.
No.
That was
Like,
my play of it.
That Jesse was asking Chris, like, if he was the bad guy because he was in love with Mike's ex-girlfriend. So it's like that, like, it's like, I almost want to agree with him in some aspects because it's like, it's a shitty friend move. But like, it's just a complicated relationship.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
unless they're sentimental from a trip. Are we talking about the macaroons?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His mom
pick up
and
on
his
that.
sister, Mike's mom and sister too. Like,
Disgusting.
I was like, wow.
Disgusting behavior.
These
Was
people.
it Xavier that pointed out like the mom's parasitic relationship with Mike?
I think so.
No, I thought it was the her friend that worked there.
Oh, Lexi.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, because Xavier's he's too nice about that. And like Mike was so oblivious, right? Like he didn't know that his mom and sister were treating her that way. And it's like
because he was wrapped up in whatever was happening with him.
Yeah. But like in my mind, I guess maybe I'm delusional, but like if your girlfriend works at the diner that your mom and sister work at, would you not be visiting her often? You know? So it's like, did you not see them interact? Or like were you he was just wasn't paying attention because he had his own stuff going on like we've talked about.
Probably not paying attention. Also, like he was like sleeping and he was kind of like pretending to be working when he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, like they were all in the office not doing anything apparently.
I'm trying to see because I made a note saying that this would be a good thing to talk about in the discussion in one of the parts. I'm trying to find out. Okay, so this is Chris's POV when he said, I'm just gonna read a little bit. I let him get away with constantly relying on me without it ever going the other direction. Okay, so like how he was always there for Mike, but Mike didn't really reciprocate that.
Yeah.
This is and 36%. And he says, and for the most part, that was fine until mom died and I needed it to go the other way. I needed someone to talk to and lean on beyond just dragging me out of the house to go to the gym. I needed my friend, and every time I reached for that, he moved out of the way, so I stopped reaching. I'd been protecting his peace while sacrificing my own, tiptoeing around him for fear of giving him more than he could deal with. And then I have this last little bit. I thought about what Larissa had said about the door going back the way you came because it was familiar. I think Mike was in that loop, and I didn't have the patience or the wherewithal to help him anymore. He needed to change his own script. I was too busy trying to rewrite my own. I think that's such a good basis of the complicated dynamics, I think, kind of around all three of them, right? Like each, like the three in the, we'll call it the love triangle, Chris, Mike, and Larissa, they all had their own life things going on, as it is in real life. And it just, I feel like that's such a thing that, okay, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with my words.
You're good.
But I feel like that's such a real thing, like trying to be there for someone, but you're trying to stay afloat yourself. And I think I love how, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like Abby always talks about like drowning in one way or another in her books.
Yeah.
It might not be everyone, but I do remember prominently from part of your world.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's such like a real thing people kind of deal with and struggle with, like trying to give yourself to others, but also making sure, you're staying afloat, so to speak. I just thought that was a pivotal thing, especially in Mike and Chris's relationship. How like Chris mentioned, like he wasn't there when he lost his mom.
Yeah.
And he just was constantly there for Mike. And I think his kind of friendship with Larissa maybe was like one selfish thing that he did.
Yeah.
Which maybe it wasn't, the best thing to do, but he had his own reasons for justifying that,
Yeah. I do think she does talk about like you said, drowning. Like there's always something going on in people's lives that you don't know about. Like, so, and they're always trying to like keep everything afloat. You got like multiple facets of things that go on. And I really like how Abby Jimenez shows that, because it really makes her books feel real.
Yeah.
And her characters, I feel like, feel real.
Yeah.
They don't feel cookie cutter or like paper thin.
I agree. Okay.
I also thought it was sad too that like he told Mike at the end, all you had to do was say like, hey, I miss her too, because like I was dealing with this on my own. And like he thought nobody else, there was nobody else in the world to like kind of commiserate with of like her life and what was going on. And like, just to remember her, because they knew her. He's like, Mike was like, yeah, she was like an aunt to me. Like sometimes that's all, when somebody passes away that they need to hear. They need to know that person mattered to more than just me.
Right. I think that, when people pass on, the way that we keep them alive is just through our memories and kind of talking about them, thinking about them and stuff. So I think Chris just needed that reassurance from someone who also knew his mom. Like, she was a great person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially since he found out what she, her own addiction, because she ended up dying of cirrhosis of the liver, right? So, and he was feeling lost in that because he didn't know that was happening. But like, it's almost like it mirrored a little bit what was happening with Mike. Is like, he didn't know that was happening with his mom, and like he knew something was wrong with Mike, but not to the extent.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Oh, good point. Okay. A few more questions. Did you find the romantic connection between Chris and Larissa believable?
I think so. They had chemistry. They definitely especially between the books and the banter and Wolverine and you know what I mean? I feel like I don't know. They had a good connection. I wanted to see more. I think, was it KAYLANI that mentioned earlier that she wanted to see more, or was it?
I think it was Liz.
Was it Liz? Okay. Like more of their like couple together, them together as a couple versus as friends.
Yeah.
Because I think we only got like them in the apartment, and then when they went away to the little vacation spot.
Yeah.
And then like even I guess at the end when they were kind of on the couples date.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it was believable.
Also, I do think that it's interesting. I feel like this is one of possibly her only books that had no spice.
Yeah.
Only a
Which
brief little bit at the end, right? Or not at the end, but like
I think it was like alluded to, but like we didn't.
there was more fade to black.
Door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, we spent the rest of the day like naked in bed or whatever. But like,
Right.
so, like, which I'm not complaining about. I think it actually added to the story. There were so many hard hitting things in here that I feel like maybe it would have felt like it was in there just to be in there and not to put the plot forward. So like I really liked that it was kind of like more centric around everything else that was happening.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because you know in Fable when you're putting your rating in, it's like how spicy was it? And I could not figure out. I was like, wait, was there spice in it? Like I didn't know which rating on the spice scale to do, and I was like, hold on. So I just left it blank. But I'm glad you did bring that up because romance, not everything, but I feel like a lot of romance, especially right now, has spice in it. So it was nice for her to kind of like switch it up and not put an emphasis on their physical connection because I think their emotional connection was really what brought them together.
Yeah.
And I do think it was a believable connection because they had like a friends to lovers slow burn dynamic that I feel like you don't really see a lot. I mean, I don't read a lot of friends to lovers, I don't think. It's not my favorite trope, but I think she did it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then our last question. I think we kind of touched on it, but was the ending satisfying to you or did it feel rushed? I know I do agree with everybody. Like I wish we did see like a little bit more from them as a couple, but I liked how it ended. I feel like I was pretty satisfied with it.
Yeah. I definitely thought like when I was listening to the audiobook, I was like, oh, I'm towards the end.
Yeah.
That's
it.
I was like, wow. Because it felt like there was going to be more. But then it was like things kind of like between him and Mike had settled and him and the friend group. So I do think it ended up being satisfying.
I do think the only thing that I wish that I would have gotten, and I think it's another thing that like I found, thank you, baby, that like deterred me from my 5-star rating for this one is like how quickly he dropped the rest of his friends. Like Mike, understandable. But like all of his other friends were still reaching out, still trying to be there. And I get like there was that level of fear that he was going to lose them anyways. And there's that embarrassment that he did something to somebody that he's supposed to love very much and hurt him anyways. So I understand that level of like disconnect. But like we were talking about earlier, like Xavier, he was still reaching out. Like, what did Xavier do to you? Like, and you didn't give them a chance to support you. You just assumed that nobody was going to and just like cut them off. And like that just felt like very disingenuous to the rest of their relationship throughout the entirety of the book. Like that just felt like that wasn't something that was it made the most sense to me for their relationship.
I think with Xavier, I know he did bring up his like quote unquote friendship, right? Which we knew he had feelings for. He brought that up during one of the cabin visits. So I think maybe he just didn't want to like Xavier to be like, oh, like, you know, calling him out for something that he picked up on like months ago. But I can see it.
Who was the other friend? Was it the other friend kind of called him out on it? Jesse,
yeah.
And was like on Mike's side. So you kind of felt like everybody was going to be.
Yeah.
Which I mean, fair. You can have hard conversations.
Yeah. I just and like we didn't really get to see that come to fruition. We got to see the conversation with Mike, but we didn't really get to see like if it were the other way around and like my friends had a tiff between them, maybe I didn't agree with one or the other, but then they just dropped me because you know, like I would be hurt, right? So I would want kind of like resolution.
Yeah.
in that, and so I feel like that was just a little bit of an off situation for me. So that was the only other thing, that and the emotional thing. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Love that. Wow. I feel like this is such a good discussion. I was curious to see how it would go just because of the subject matter on the story. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. Has anyone's ratings changed now that we've kind of are wrapping things up?
I think I'm gonna keep. I don't know. I definitely don't think it's a 5 for me now that I'm like thinking about it. Like, because I just didn't have like I liked it a lot, so I'm thinking maybe 4.25 or 4.5. I don't know. Like now I'm still torn.
I need to think on it a little more.
Yeah, definitely.
Kaylani, yours is staying the same? Changing? What are you thinking?
like in my head and my heart, it's a 4.25, but like on my rating system, I will keep it as a 4.5.
Okay. I I might go down to a 4.5. I have to think on it a little bit more, but
Yeah.
I think like what we talked about, Jess was really helpful to like kind of process feelings and like how everything kind of wrapped up. Abby, continues to prove that she can tackle the harder hitting topics, but still have levity with some humor. Like she always manages to like bring humor into it, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
Because like who wants to be sad and depressed, for 300 plus pages?
Yeah.
So I think she did a good job with like the balance between all the things she had in here. Like there was a lot, but
Yeah.
it's just crazy that she managed to do that in less than 400 pages.
Mm.
Like I think this is probably one of her shorter books. But I mean, that's me just in my
It
head.
felt like it. It felt like it.
Yeah, because it was such a fast read, I feel like. So
And like right, it's a hardcover, but the writing on the page is like massive. It's massive.
Oh, so it could have been shorter.
Yeah, it was like it's not long at all.
Interesting. And when did this fireworks scene happen? Did I miss that? I was very confused looking at the cover after.
There was no fireworks.
There was no fireworks.
Okay, I'm
They're
glad.
like, are they at the cabin, or does it have to do with the concert?
It must be the cabin. Oh, you know what? There was a scene where they go. She's at the end of the dock, putting her feet over, and he comes and joins. But I don't think there were fireworks.
Mm-mm.
So I was very confused by that. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty though.
It is pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I wish the cover had more to do with like the concert because that's how they met. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
But then it wouldn't have been just the two of them. Like it was more of like a group situation. So
yeah. But I feel like you could like put them up front and then that group behind maybe, or at least her on the back of her friend.
Oh my gosh, that would be cute.
I don't know.
I feel like that Wolverine is on the cover though. That's cute.
That is cute.
Their little adopted child. He is a menace. Like he is so funny.
He is.
Okay, let's hit 4.5. Nice.
Solid.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Now, I wasn't preparing to ask this, but can you choose a favorite Abby book now that we've kind of read through? Plot twist.
What are you doing to us?
I know, because I feel like I don't remember I think I had a tie the first time around we asked this question, and I think it's still kind of torn. Because I think if I'd given this one a 4.5. Okay, well, how about let's talk about the series? Book 1 or 2? That might be a little easier. Which story did you prefer? Because both of these in this series had such heavy things.
I feel like I think I liked this one a little bit more, like a smidgen more.
I think I liked book 1 more.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do have a favorite out of all of Abby's books.
Do you want to share?
Mine is Just for the Summer.
Oh,
Good one.
I love that book.
It's just the one that I think back to the most. Like, I love her other ones, but that's the one that, like, when I think of Abby, like, that's the one that comes to me every time.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, man. I guess I can't choose between the two because they both got 4.5 of the series, but I don't know, something about Part of Your World that just has such a nostalgic hold on me, and I've
That's
reread
like-
that so many times. Ugh, but I do love Just for the Summer.
I feel like yours truly, potentially. I love the anxiety rep and then the
Mhm.
notes. I really
That's
love
my number
that.
2. That's my number 2 for sure.
So
Yeah.
good.
But then, like, I would be torn between Part of Your World and Just for the Summer because those are good.
So good. It's so hard to pick.
I feel like that series is very difficult to pick a favorite in because it is such a strong series.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like the first series, I would probably pick book 3, Life's Too Short.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, and I know, like, for sure that's the one in that series.
Same.
Whereas, like, that second one, they're all bangers. Like,
Yeah.
how can I pick? And then this next series, I'm like, I don't know. This may be slightly, but the other one was great too.
It's hard to pick for me too. Okay, Liz gave book 1 5 stars, so that one is in the lead for the 2.
Okay.
She's also thinking Just for the Summer. It brings all of her books together. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Part of her, I know.
It's so
I think I have like such a nostalgic spot, for that one. So,
yeah.
but Just for the Summer, I love. Like, those are like neck and neck.
Yeah.
But Life's Too Short, also, I gave that one 5 stars. So,
I gave that,
it's tough.
gave Life's Too Short, and then everyone in this series, in her second series, 5 stars. And then the other ones, I think I gave 4. The other 2, I want to say, maybe a 4.5 on the Happy Ever playlist, but I think a 4. And then I think I gave Say You'll Remember Me a 4. And this one's a 4.5.
Ooh, okay. So this one is just like slightly more, yeah.
So, I mean, can we really choose Abby Jimenez books? Is there a way to rank them?
That's not a question I can answer in this moment. But I like that we came together to chat about this one.
We know which one's at the bottom for you guys, so that's an easy
Oh, I don't need to say it. So maybe we'll be able to come back together and talk about the next book when that comes out sometime next year. I feel like that would be fun. And then we can maybe rank this series. That would be cool.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I kind of love that she does it in like chunks in 3-book series.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very like manageable sometimes series overwhelm me. And so I'm like, I love that she does it in those chunks. And I'm like, this is very attainable for me.
And I do like that we see like her little Easter eggs. I just think that's just so fun.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
She's so good at it.
Yeah.
Getting high. Right?
It's not easy. I don't know how people do that because especially when it's an author that you enjoy so much of their work. Like it's like almost impossible to choose. But I will say between our 2 read-alongs, Abby is at the top of the list.
100%.
Oh wait, 3. We had
3
3.
read-alongs, right?
Yeah,
Because we had
Ashley,
Chloe, Lise, and Abby.
I really wish, the other one went. Well, the other 2 were a little bit better, but it's fine. It's fine.
I did like 2 in the Ashley Poston, I think, though. Like, I love the 7-Year Slip and the Dead Romantics.
Yeah, 2 out of the 4. Oh, yeah, the Fall Risk. So good. The short stories. Am I glitching? Sorry.
No.
We were just waiting for
Okay.
you to continue.
I was like, you guys are frozen, so I was like, oh gosh. The short stories were very surprising.
Yeah.
Very surprising. And I loved that. So
Liz
good.
said Swim Shady. That is a good one. I love it. Her pet names, man, are the best.
The
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She must have like a list like somewhere that she just pulls from, you know?
You're so punny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I just remembered another Easter egg. The pig. What was the
Kevin
pig's
Bacon?
name? Yes.
He was in here?
Yeah, they were talking about how
The petting zoo. Was it the petting
Yes.
zoo?
or something like he was like watching him or something. I don't remember what it was, but I remember it being brought up. They didn't specifically say his name. They were like, "Oh yeah, my friend has a pet pig."
Stop. I did not pick
He
up
was.
on that.
Oh, was it her friend that was like sitting pets?
Yes, it was a pet sitting.
Yes.
Yes.
The pet sitting, and she's like, "Yeah, it's a pig."
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's what Liz said too.
An
She-
emotional support pig. His
Yes.
owner's out of town. I don't remember that.
I wonder where he was at. I'm just kidding.
Stop. Yes. Wait,
Yeah.
are we talking about Lexi or is this someone else? A different
don't
friend?
No, I think it wasn't Lexi. I think it was Larissa. That was
Oh,
as one of her side jobs. right?
Oh, her side. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because you know she had like a lot of things going at a time.
Listen, you can't disrespect her hustle, man. She was doing anything and
on it.
everything she could.
and we didn't even talk about her dad. Huh?
Oh gosh.
Wait, her dad. Let me see.
I mean, she was the one that he like racked up all that credit card
Oh
debt.
my gosh, I told.
$1,000 took her social
Yeah,
security card.
Yeah, like
Insane.
What a mess.
what? And then Donna putting all of those freaking peanuts on the menu.
disgusting
Yeah.
behavior. I did not like his family.
I don't understand why they didn't like her.
Yeah,
You know, like
it must just because I don't know that
Yeah.
parasitic thing.
yeah,
I don't
probably.
know because she was a hard worker,
Mhm.
you know. So it's like,
Maybe they thought like because she wasn't well off or whatever that she
oh,
was
could
using
be.
him. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, Liz, that was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
like, that's insane.
I literally wanted to like punch that lady in the face.
Yeah, and you know what? Good on
Probably
Lexi
was-
and Lexi's cook boyfriend for walking out too.
Yeah,
Like,
they're like,
I love that.
Bye.
She's like, yeah, it was only there because you worked there, and that's
out.
good for her. Good for them. And I think Larissa mentioned like, oh, now Donna and the sister had to actually work because the sister was never around.
Mm-mm.
Neither one of them actually worked. It's
Yeah,
not like
one was like the owner, which you know she was like whatever she can do that, but not
Anissa.
Larissa, but whatever her Nessa or something.
yeah, it has something
was
with
the
S.
manager, and she didn't do anything. She was always in the back.
Man,
Yeah.
craziness. Is there anything that we haven't touched on that anyone wants to talk about before we head out?
Just so that I
Is it-
hope we get a short story for Lexi or something.
Oh,
That would be cute.
I would love that.
Because I like her as like she was a good friend.
I agree.
Did we ever get any more information on the Kia? The blue,
Oh, from
like a long time ago.
the first
Yeah,
series?
From the first one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh.
I feel like we need to go down a major. Abby Jimenez needs to come out and say it.
I need a roadmap. I need
Yeah,
a
Yeah,
document.
we need like
I need
a murder board connecting all the dots.
yeah. Because I need to know that. Because was that driver was drunk, right? That hit her,
Oh,
or was it a medical
who died in
reason?
a car crash in this book?
No, it was Brandon.
Oh, from her first series.
Yeah, when Brandon passed away.
Didn't we think it was
Who do we think it was?
just
The
for the
mom,
summer?
Emma?
Mom.
Emma's mom.
I
Yeah,
think
just
so.
for the summer.
Yeah,
Well,
but
like-
did she do jail time?
I don't.
I don't know.
It wasn't long enough if that was in fact her that driving that vehicle.
Yeah.
But I know she had like a problem.
Yeah, and I thought it was her too, but then I was like, well, we never really like clarified that.
I'm
don't know.
assuming there's no connection then.
So
Yeah.
basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a petition. We can all sign it, and hopefully Abby will give us the documents. Please.
That
Yeah.
would be good. Okay.
She can just, put
Yes.
together her own little Abbyverse board.
Give us
There
a
you
chart, please.
Yeah.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah. Because her mind is like light years ahead of mine.
Yeah, it's like
Ooh.
Taylor Swift. Like
Yeah.
they're on the same level almost with Easter eggs and
Yeah.
like.
And I'm always playing catch up.
I know I'm never the one putting things together. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I see that.
I'm like, oh, okay. I'll go with it.
No, for real. So you guys know the Lord Huron song, "The Night We Met."
What?
Lord Huron, "The Night We Met," the song.
Oh, okay. I just didn't hear what you said. Okay, continue.
I was like thinking, like I could see how. I mean, I don't know if that's. I'm sure there was like a little inkling as to her getting that title, but I mean, there's no scientific evidence to point to that. But I was listening to it today, and I use it in the story for the link. I was like, I just really like that song. It's very sad. So like, I know it's like not identical to the song, but I wonder if she pulled inspiration from it at all.
Yeah. I mean, isn't Say You'll Remember Me's a song too, right?
It was part of your world.
Wildest Dreams, Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's in the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I wonder how prevalent music is in her writing process.
I feel like it probably
It's got to, right?
has to be.
Like it's too big of a coincidence.
Well, and the fact that was it the song that kept playing in Say You'll Remember Me Too? That was a big part of the book.
Oh,
I feel like music is big for her.
Mm-hmm.
What was
I do remember it. It was like a weird long title.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't know it was based off of a real song, and it is a real song.
Yeah.
It's like I can't even tell you.
Couldn't tell
Well,
you.
I know there was that one in Life's Too Short that she was obsessed with by
Jackson
Well,
Waters.
and then Jackson Waters and Lola Simone music, like.
Yeah. It's like the life of someone.
Yeah.
Life and death. No. I really have no clue because I have no idea. Okay, yeah. Duh, we can just Google it.
Yeah.
What song is... Oh, Remember Me.
Is this the one where they get stuck
No.
in the place together? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's like, and it's playing the whole.
Is it playing?
Oh my gosh, was it the escape room?
Yes, that's right.
I did not know this had stuff on inside. What?
Oh,
mine doesn't have that. Where'd you get yours?
I think is that the Target exclusive or it's some?
I have no idea. Oh, it has something else in the back. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Everything starts with you and ends with you.
That's cute.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't find because it just wants to bring up Taylor Swift, and it's like no. Okay, what is? Let's reword this.
Yeah, I feel like if B was here, she'd know it.
I know.
She's very good with that.
Oh, Come On, Eileen.
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking of a different one. That must have been.
I was thinking Jolene, and I knew that wasn't right.
Come on, Eileen. I don't even know how it goes, so let me just stop myself there. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, this was fun. Thank you guys for joining us for another Abby Jimenez live show. Hopefully, you'll see us again next year for her new release.
Yes.
I just love that we can pick up on the different Abby crossovers, and I feel like our conversations are always a fun time. I know we talk about it all the time, but I just have to say it again. I know we're going to be taking a break, the Swoony Scone Society, for a little bit. We're hoping to come back together in the fall, but we'll just have to see if the ducks align. Is that the saying? Ducks
Sure.
in a row.
Stars align, ducks in a row. We'll go with it.
Same thing.
Now it is now.
Wow, that's cute. Yes, all of the Swoony Scone ladies, KAYLANI, Tara, and also B is linked down below in case you want to check them out. And hopefully we'll be seeing you guys later this year. That's all I got. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.